Welcome to the Beacon by Soul 33 teachings for your past, present and future. Good morning everyone. It is the 6th of November here in Auckland, New Zealand. And it is another week and it's another opportunity to progress ourselves despite what is going on in our lives and in the world. If you are listening to this on the Beacon app, on Spotify, on YouTube, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tag. Let everybody know that these meditations exist and these Monday mantra lessons, a practical way for you to understand your spiritual path exists, because I fund this app completely myself, and I know lots of you appreciate the effort because some of you have personal involvement in app development and know how much it costs and the effort it takes to keep up with telephone technology, which is where apps get expensive because you've got to keep coding them and recoding. So it really helps me if you let people know. But it is the 6th of November and I'm quite looking forward to this week, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So I want to do a recap. Those of you who are new here, I've been doing Monday Mantras for a few years now, and those of you who are listening regularly will see the pattern in terms of the story that's being told from one week to the other, because everything is cyclic, everything is telling a story. And the more that you meditate and the more that you are aware, the more that the Monday mantras will make sense to you. Now, that is not criticizing anybody, it's just everyone's different and on a different path in terms of how quickly they're accelerating on their spiritual journey. And this is not a place to accelerate spiritual journey. It's just, when I say that, I mean, for example, I've had many lifetimes that have led me to this point to be a healer that is internationally recognized. It's not that it's all just happened in this lifetime. It's like anyone that is at the top of their game in any way have had lifetimes of preparing for it. So we're all at different paths with this, which is what makes the world interesting and exciting. But when I'm doing this recap, it's for you to reflect, because I think reflection is really important, and then to apply as we transition to the new energy for this week. So last week I set the Monday mantra as, I'm nourishing my needs to embrace my future. I'm nourishing my needs to embrace my future. The eclipses and the shadow effect of the eclipses was really harsh on me. It was a lot of these chapters closing, and that disappointment energy that I talked about for last week was huge. I had a huge lesson in that personally last week, but it was because the nourishing of our needs needed to be understood through disappointment. Because if we are riding on a high all the time and then something happens, we don't know that we had a trigger in that particular area unless we actually push that button. It's like when you're getting a massage and you didn't realize you were sore at a particular point in your body until someone presses you there and you're like, oh, hang on, this actually really hurts. And then your body knows, I need to go there to repair that. So that's what was coming up as a collective last week. So what happened with you? Were there any disappointments? It may not even be directly. You could have been disappointed for someone else, in someone else, or something like that. But what we needed to really focus on are what are our needs. By the end of the week, I really knew what my needs were. I was asking myself every day, what do I need right now? I needed support last week. I needed calmness. I needed gentle self-care. And this is the important things in our life so that we can generate the passion in taking steps towards a passion. And this is, what is your passion? This can be anything from creating a business, creating art, creating a beautiful relationship, creating a family. Everything was being triggered for this. So it's, even though it's horrible to feel sad, disappointing feelings, there's always something more. And we were meant to take steps forward. And I felt that even though I had a significant disappointment, I saw the step forward and I spent time thinking about, what did I learn? And this clearing process, it feels like delays, but actually it's making space. It's remember, I think I don't know when I spoke about it, but in one of the Monday mantras, I was talking about the accumulating, the accumulative effect of everything. It's like the disappointments can accumulate, but that's if you're not healing. But if you're healing and understanding at the same time and transmuting energy, you're actually creating space for what you want, a process of what you want to keep and what you don't, what you want to nourish. Because all these old beliefs, and I had all kinds of old beliefs coming up within me because clients were coming into my energy field for me to help them. So their energy was amplified in my body. And this level of shifting in order to be seen and to be heard in a way that we deserve. And when I talk about that, and now in hindsight from the week just that I've had, it's like, has the universe heard me? Yes. What is it that I'm needing to do now? I need to be seen that this is really what I want, because sometimes it's through loss when you really realize this is what I want. It is a time of really big change and very, very deep reflection. And there's a lot of emphasis on love and relationships this month, and the bridges coming back to ourself, and for love to find you through the bridge that you're building. And seeing your seed starting to grow, but then sometimes, like my plant that needs to be repotted, it's going to grow, but I need to repot it and put new fertilizer in and embrace the end of the leaf that I need to chop off because it's a monstera. And then better horizons are starting to appear in front of us, because the future is here and now. We can't live too much in the future. We can't live too much in the past. This is why my work blends everything together, past, present, and future. And your self-belief, by the end of the week, I too had to be like, right, I know I believe in myself. I know that I have a vision that is showing up for me. So I need to just keep my heart open and receive these experiences and keep reminding myself that this is all for my greatest good, that my visions are becoming a reality. And you are being reminded that old cycles are breaking so that new ones that serve us better are coming in. As we moved through the week, we had the card come up of signs. So you need to be looking from your heart to see the signs that you are receiving. Not all signs make sense in isolation, but as a bigger picture, they tell you the story of what your future is inviting you into. Signs are messages from the other side, but from messengers in the physical world. As we have a focus on nourishment of needs, signs are being presented to you very clearly to bring the focus back on what your heart knows is true. So I don't know how many of you saw my Insta stories, and unfortunately I couldn't take a picture of this. So I posted that in the morning, pulled the card, posted that, and then I was heading out in my car. And those of you who live in Auckland, I was heading down towards St. Luke's. And the bus stop on that road, I think it's on St. Luke's Road maybe, but it's heading towards St. Luke's. I couldn't stop, but this is in New Zealand for my international listeners. So if you saw the image of the following day, the image of the heart eyesight meditation that I put up, I created that image. It was a heart with an eye in it because that's how the transmission was given to me. Now, I was driving down the road and my eyes looked to the left at this bus stop. I couldn't stop because it was a main road. And there was a bus stop, and the bus stop had one of those big signs, like, how bus stops, in New Zealand you can put your advertising like a billboard type of thing. I don't know what they're called, but it's bus stop advertising. And it was this huge picture of a human heart with 3 physical seeing eyes on it. And I tried my best when I got to my destination to Google, what that could be, what they were advertising, but I knew I didn't really need to know what they were advertising. I just needed to remember to see from my heart. And I just found that absolutely incredible. And the other sign that I received is on, I think it was Saturday in New Zealand. I went for a beach walk and I looked up at the sky because my eyes see things a bit differently from most people. I see things that a lot of people don't see. That's why I have the work that I have. And I looked up into the sky, and for my eyes saw the yin and the yang. I saw that. And so I posted that on my Instagram stories, and then I literally finished the post and I looked in front of me, and the woman that walked right into like almost where like she's coming opposite to me, I'm going one way, she's going the other, had a huge yin and a yang on her t-shirt. And I wanted to take a picture of it, but she was in too close proximity for me to take a picture without it being like, why are you taking a picture of me? I actually just wanted a picture of her t-shirt. But it was incredible. I was thinking, here are the signs that the universe and I are working in sync together, and they've heard me and they know my vision, but there are things that are in order that we don't understand that need to take place before we can truly get what we want. So what signs did you receive last week? What did you see? Were they really obvious signs like mine, pretty like identical to what I was thinking or feeling or doing at the time? Or were they more subdued? I was so fortunate. So Well and Good is an amazing American publication. They're very, very well known. And Josie Murray, who is a writer for them, got in touch with Soul 33 directly, actually, which was really wonderful, to invite me as a guest expert to support the piece on karma that they were writing. And so I contributed to that. And it was such a great article at that time because it came out during the week of nourishing needs. Now, if you haven't read that article, go to Well and Good, Google it, and search karma, and you'll see there are 12 laws of karma at play in your life. Here's what they mean, and that's the article that you'll see my name and a couple of other wonderful experts who do different things from me. But if you're thinking, what do I need? How do I nourish my life, but through spiritual means? The 12 laws of karma will help you nourish something that's actually going to give you the best outcome in your life. So I absolutely love that article. So those of you who read it, thank you so much for the support and just being here to receive this information that I am providing for you. Without some suffering, we would never really know what nourishment our soul needs. Without some suffering, we would never really know what nourishment our soul needs. This is a difficult one. Like, obviously in the world at the moment, there is a lot of suffering, and the world has always experienced suffering, and I can't begin to even know the suffering that's going on in parts of the world right now. But remember, the more that we work on ourselves, the more that we heal ourselves, the more that we are empathetic and compassionate and understanding, the more that the world heals also. It honestly has a reverberating effect. Now, what I mean by this is that we all suffer from time to time, especially when it's grief, losing someone. It feels like suffering, or losing something that you really thought that was going to be happening. And, the soul has suffered along its journey, and I'm meaning the whole soul journey in terms of lifetimes that we've lived. But pain isn't all that bad. There is an opportunity to create a gateway into what really needs nourishing in your life, because it's like, you buy an expensive car and then someone you love passes away the next day. You're not going to be so precious about your car anymore because you realize what it is that you need to nourish, and that's your relationships. So there was a lot going on last week. I want to thank all of the people that make comments in the group chat. The group chat is there for me to post the homework, but also for you to share, because having spiritual conversations is not, you can't have them with everybody. You can't say, oh, I saw this in my meditation, or this is what's happening to me, because not everybody understands or are ready for it. So the group chat is really anonymously, or saying who you are, to share what you're feeling about what's going on for you spiritually. I love it when you're sharing what cards you pull, because sometimes you will derive a meaning that somebody else hasn't, and you'll be helping somebody else through your story. So keep sharing. I do read from as often as I can. Obviously, I can't reply to personal messages there, but it's just so wonderful that you're sharing what you're feeling and what you're seeing and experiencing. I loved the heart eyesight meditation, because that was just, like I said, as I mentioned, before the equinox, where I had the massive, upgrade, I guess. And so keep doing it, because like I said, everyone is going to be moving at different paces. Now remember, if you need me at all, please remember, I am only one person, and I'm doing my very, very best to see as many people as I can, and I will open up sessions based on me going back to my normal, because I just want to give you an example. I've been doing this I'm still young, and I've been doing this for quite a few years full time. And there are some clients that I will never ever forget, even though I can talk to someone 10 minutes before and then be 10 minutes on a call later on with somebody else. I just don't remember because it's too much information and energy of another person for me to retain. I'm not meant to. My spirit guides do it that way. The only time where I really retain information are two reasons. One, the person has come with their guard up and absolutely resistant to what I'm saying, therefore they're not receiving or accepting my gift, so they've basically thrown it back in my face energetically. Or fortunately, that's not too often. Or two, this is also not that often. It is such a mind-blowing session for me that I could never ever forget it, no matter what I did. And I had one of those sessions last week. Now, I don't know whether the person is listening to this, and I can't actually remember this person's name or anything really, but I remember the situation. I sometimes wish that I could actually record video, like a show, to show you what a session looks like when someone is so open, because they are unbelievable. Like, people who call me, everyone, and this is again no judgment or criticism, because everyone's different. Some people call me and they want to talk to me about really human things. Am I going to get married? Am I going to have children? Am I going to buy a car? Am I going to be rich? But those who come and see me with no expectations, no ego, not to suss me out, nothing, just to come and receive, and are already somewhat open to, like, they're either a healer themselves or they're a healer themselves and they don't know it. Sometimes when people are healers themselves and they're trying to compare to me, things don't go the way as well as I want them to, because that person's coming in with a bit of an ego. But the one session I had last week, I had to take a few days off after, because it was so intense. This person has had major health issues in lifetimes before, and then again in this lifetime. This person had taken a vow of celibacy in lifetimes before, and this lifetime it's the same. It was just the light language that came out of my mouth, the healing that came through me, the nauseousness from taking this person's illness. It was just huge. But that was the nourishment this person needed. But this is why sometimes, as I say, I'm only one person. I'm doing my best to see as many people, because it really does take it out of me for certain people. So just, Kieran's the person to talk to if you need any help. And I know that everything is waitlisted, but I will open up based on how much I can see or how much I can cope with. But mini readings, personalized meditations, they are always the best way to go, because you'll have me there to guide you. When mini readings are for brief answers. So please don't ask big questions like, what's my purpose and what am I meant to be doing with my life? That's not for this. You'll only get a brief reply back of things that you need to think about, because those things require a huge amount of understanding of your soul to go, okay, this is what I've seen you doing, so I'm going to open this up. Mini readings are for things like the basic human questions, like, should I go here? Or what do you feel about this? Or just things that you're happy to get a brief reply about. And personalized meditations are like sessions for me. I infuse all my energy into them, and they're perfect for if you're wanting something to heal something in your life in your own time. And of course, the app is only $60 a year. That is absolutely nominal. Normal meditation apps cost about 15 to 20 US dollars per month. That's because apps cost so much, and the app platforms take such a huge percentage that we keep the link outside of the app platform so that I can keep the price affordable to everybody. So there's always a way to be connected with me. Kieran will be happy to help you. And remember, if you're having any IT issues, please don't just be quiet about it. We can't read minds, unfortunately. Do email Kieran, soul33@gmail.com, and she will be very happy to help you. So going into this week, the Monday mantra is, my currency is connection, not time. My currency is connection, not time. I'm actually really looking forward to this week. So those of you who know, I was born into a Hindu family. I'm Sri Lankan by ethnicity, never been there, but I associate with my culture as much as I possibly can. And this week is Diwali, or Deepavali as I grew up calling it, which is the original Sanskrit name. Now, Deepavali is the festival of lights. Its official celebration day is the 12th, but the festivities begin on the 10th. So, this Deepavali is really a time of connection. Like, unfortunately, my extended family are not in New Zealand, but it doesn't matter because we know that light travels everywhere. And the Festival of Lights, light over dark, darkness, the light prevails the darkness. And this is why that week of energy disappointing or karmic closures or things like that is because this light is coming in again. The light is coming in again. What if we took time, as in the measurable period in which we are working within, out of the pressure cooker and just focused on connection? Do you know what I mean? I'm actually, those of you who've seen me as clients will know how direct I am. Anyone listening to this who's seeing me anytime soon, anyone who says I'm too old or I'm running out of time, I am going to give you a tiny little smack because, as I've told you, I just get younger. I get younger and younger and younger. I don't subscribe to time. Actually, as my chronological age goes up, I just get younger. More opportunities come my way. Connections deepen. That's how I honestly feel. So what if you took time out of the pressure cooker and just focused on connection? Loving deeply, living with nourishment, progressing yourself, knowing that you are different from everybody else, that you can't compare to me or to anybody else because there's no you, there's no me. We're all these individuals that are doing our things collectively. It is a week of connection with the light and connection and light with Diwali or Deepavali. The focus is on love and connection, and Goddess Lakshmi is the one who leads us to more abundance, fertility, wealth, and prosperity, and she is the energy of the Festival of Lights. Goddess Lakshmi, with all her opulence, will be brought in with all the Hindus that are celebrating Diwali this week, which is a whole lot of people. So, when a collective is celebrating something, it affects everybody whether they know it or not. How you love is how more love will enter into your life. How you love is how more love will enter in your life. So do you love deeply and openly with no guards up? And I've been seeing a lot of people with a lot of guards up, or like the vow of celibacy. I want love, but vowed lifetimes ago to never be in any type of intimate relationship at all. Even love that may deserve a second chance may come around this week, okay? Or the thought about it. Now, this is not, energy is actually moving through me while I'm talking about this, so you are all being healed by listening to this, because I can feel it. And that's the same with any Monday mantra, but it's really in my heart space now, and it's coming up. But when I talk about second chance love, most people will be thinking about, she means should I get back with my ex? No, I don't mean that. I mean like you loving again, you letting go and allowing yourself to try again. So that's why I say here, whatever that means to you, a second chance in love may be presenting itself in some way to you. It may mean love you have been conflicted about becomes clearer, or allowing someone back in for a second chance in whatever capacity. Now, what I mean by that is that maybe you had a thing with a friend that, you're like, actually, they didn't do me wrong as I thought I did. I'm going to give, because love is everywhere. Love is with platonic, love is wherever. So it could be with a long lost child that you're not talking to, or a cousin that you haven't spoken to in a while, whatever it is, there is a rekindling of relationships, friendships, or perhaps even family members. So for example, if I was in Malaysia for Deepavali, I would be with my parents, my sister. My sister lives here in New Zealand, but we would all be together with the extended family, but we were all kind of physically not connected because we're not all together, but part of us with friendships will be coming together on Diwali day as well. Old pain and karmic chapters have closed in order to deepen connection. So if the human response is to isolate yourself and pull away, this is how you are loving. And therefore, you need to check to see if this is fear of being hurt or perhaps even fear of receiving all that you want. Isn't that a fear sometimes too? Oh my God, I'm finally getting all that I want. Sabotage. So really something to think about. My currency is connection, not time. Reunite, connect, and see, and really see if you want the connection or if you want to let it go. Okay, so it's going to come up in different ways. This is why the Monday mantra is open for applying to your life. We're learning to receive love. Gateways are opening up for more possibilities of depth and unity. Take time out of it. No time constraints. You stop looking at the clock. We can't control anything. No one really knows. Like, I have deep knowing and I know, but no one really knows how, and no one really knows time, because stuff happens on different dimensions and different realms to make us learn things and come back to nourishing what matters. So just take time out of it. Love sometimes does deserve a second chance. So be open to love and light entering and where it might have previously scared you, but coming in now to really illuminate and nourish you. Sometimes love is not instant. In most relationships, it is conditional. Therefore, we have conditions in place. So, for example, anyone in a relationship, I don't think I've ever met anyone who says, I'm just going to be with this person, even if they cheat on me, even if they murder someone, there's always conditions. Do you know what I mean? So, when there are conditions, we must be patient with how love unfolds, because we will be hurt along the way, we'll be disappointed along the way, we will be triggered along the way. No one has a smooth sailing relationship. So this is why when there are conditions in place, you need patience to see how love unfolds. Because say unconditional love, which is usually between a parent and a child, children can usually, I'm just speaking very generically here from my experience of working with so many people, can usually get away with a lot more and the parent will love them no matter what. Whereas if it's a partner who does something, it's usually like, oh, I'm done. You can get rid of that love. Do you know what I mean? It's more disposable. The energy is to be patient with love and how you reintroduce love in your life. So to prepare for these connections, there is a Diwali clearing protocol this week that starts from the 10th till the 14th, and this is going to help lead us into the new moon and deeper love in through the following week. So I will be sharing that on social media this week to help you, use this energy. I'm just so grateful to have you all. It's like your support for me also, and I'm so grateful for all the people that are waiting and all the people that are traveling to see me. We've got some Americans flying in next year as well. Kieran was telling me to New Zealand to visit me here and have sessions. I just sometimes can't really believe it, to be honest, but I'm here to serve. I'm here to be in service of the people. I'm here to help you, and please don't feel alone, because none of us really are, especially spiritually, and when we start connecting more with our spirit guides. So, your Monday mantra is, my currency is connection, not time. My currency is connection, not time. Remember, if you need me, Kieran is the person to email to renew your memberships. If you haven't got your certificate yet, if you need help, if you want a mini reading, if you want a personalized meditation, soul33@gmail.com. Have a beautiful light-filled week, and happy Deepavali to all of those celebrating and all of those who want to participate in this beautiful light over dark energy.